I appreciate you having me out. Like you said, I am from Springfield. I got to present down there at the Springfield organization. It's an amazing one. If you ever get a chance to go down there, check it out. I am with OnCall. We're a new startup. We started in April. So I've only got a few minutes here, so I'll kind of get started here. OnCall is a notification system that we've put together to assist families and individuals if they need to be. Get my clicker here. Okay, there we go. Are you and your family prepared in an emergency or for an accident if something were to happen? What if this was you, your child, a family member? You know, on average, in the United States, if someone is taken to the emergency room, it takes over 6 hours to notify their next of kin. Basically based on the fact that we've got so much technology now, it's actually harder to communicate in some situations. So what if this was you? Why we need it? What do you do if you have if you need life-saving response and you're in the emergency? What do you do if you're unable to make decisions? If you're unconscious, heaven forbid you're deceased, how do you get hold of your next of kin? They have a landline. Is there anyone there to answer that landline? In an emergency, a first responder is trained to go to the ID, find that person's name. They'll do their 411 search. They get their home address and a home number if they have it. They call that if there is one. Over 65% of the United States no longer has a landline. So 65% of people can't be notified. When you see on the news that there's been an accident and the family hasn't been notified, they're not releasing the name, that's because they haven't notified the family yet. What is it? You're given a series of decals. When you enroll with OnCall, you're given a series of decals, just like these. You get 4 decals for your IDs, you get 1 for your card, and you get 1 for your wallet. This decal has a 1-800 number. First responders, emergency room personnel can call that number to speak with somebody at one of our call centers all across the United States, 365 days, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. On this decal, there is a special code, has your unique number. With that code, you can receive this kind of information. Your contact information for up to 9 people. Phone numbers, emails, any way you want to contact them. Chronic medical conditions, allergies, medications and dosages, all crucial information. If you're unconscious, laying in an emergency room, emergency personnel needs to know this information of what you're on, things like that. Life flight insurance information, familial status, any kind of warnings that you may want medical personnel to know as well. Anything you want to list, you're allowed to provide this information. You go on, once you enroll, you get the enrollment instructions, you go onto their website, you give as much or as little information as you like. You can change that information any times. Now, these decals can go in several different places. We're approved in all 50 states to be on the back of the driver's license. We're the only company that we know of that's allowed to do this. Now, there's some great apps out there that do the same thing that we do. But what we found from first responders is that if there's more than one person in the car, phones get scattered around, they get broken, nobody knows whose phone belongs to who. So the photo ID is actually the best way to do this. So we've been approved in all 50 states to be on the driver's license and all government-issued IDs. I keep one on the back of my cell phone, just in case. So it's also another great place that people are going to find me. My mother, who lives alone, is a diabetic. We keep one on her refrigerator door, because first responders are trained to go to the refrigerator in that situation. Just kind of facts about us. We launched this business April 13th, 2019, so we're fairly new. We're locally owned and operated in Southwest Missouri, and we're partnered with MyNotify out of Chicago, Illinois. This product we've had for several years, actually, in a part of our other business venture. We have a telemedicine product that we do. We've always had this product, and what brought it to the forefront is my partner's sister, who lives in Dallas, Texas. She's 70 some odd years old, 72 I think. She was driving to Springfield, Missouri to go to the Missouri Hall of Fame induction. Her grandson was being inducted in the Missouri Hall of Fame. So she left Dallas. It's supposed to be about an 8-hour drive to get to where we're at. She didn't show up by 2 o'clock, she didn't show up by 3 o'clock, she didn't show up by 4 o'clock. So he starts kind of calling around. He calls the Texas Highway Patrol, Oklahoma Highway Patrol, Missouri Highway Patrol. Nobody's found her or seen her. Later that night around 2 a.m., they finally get a phone call. She's in Iowa, just on the other side of the state line. She had just kept driving, she had got confused, and just kept driving until she was actually in an accident in Iowa. She had an ID, they'd call her home. No one was there, of course, because she lives there by herself. So he came to me and said, hey, I've had this product that could have prevented that this entire time, and I've just kind of looked over it and glazed over it. So we turned it into a project standalone, and we decided to turn it into a fundraising opportunity for organizations. So we've created a fundraising opportunity that's free, easy, and effective for any kind of organization, small or large. Organizations that could use this is youth, Pee-wee baseball teams, youth groups, high school groups, bands, booster clubs, fraternal organizations, any other civic organizations out there. From 10 people to 5,000 people, this system works for those, to raise money for those people. Now here's just an example. Do we have any junior league people in here today? None? Good. Okay. But what I did is I picked an organization that I could find about how many members they had. I found the junior league website says they had about 600 members here in the area. So if they were to take this system on, let me just give an example of how they would raise money. What would happen is we'd partner with Junior League. We would create a landing page for the Junior League just to drive traffic to them. They would go to their members and just say, hey, here's where you go. This is our new fundraiser for the year, for this month, or wherever we're going to do. We'd create that landing page. Their entire job, all they have to do is get people to go to that landing page and check it out. If they go to that landing page and enroll, let's say 50% of the members here in the area went home to their spouse and said, hey, I want you to look at this. I think this is something that would be good for our family. This could potentially save our life, it could save mom or dad's life, it could save our driving teen's life at some point down the road. I think this is very important. So if those 50%, those 300 people went home, talked to their spouse, and talked to their spouse on it, and they enrolled 4 people in this program. Now, the first time I brought it home to my wife, we enrolled 9. Me, my wife, my kids, and our parents. Just by saying, hey, you guys need to check this out. It's very inexpensive. Go check it out. So we got 9 people enrolled in about 15 minutes, so it's pretty easy. So what we'll do is we give 30% of the proceeds back to the Junior League in the form of a donation. So doing that scenario there, 50% of their organization goes home, talks to their spouse, says, hey, we need to do this. They'd raise $11,000, give or take, just in that first day. You know, pretty easy. We do all the work. They don't collect money. They don't hand out product. They don't do anything. All they do is get the word out there to their organizations, to their friends and families, and things like that. Instead of, you know, putting on events or selling candy bars or whatever these organizations are doing, you know, discount cards that we never use. This gives them an opportunity to actually provide a product that's useful and can save a life, and then generate pretty good income for their organization. So again, it's free, it's easy and effective. We do all the work, but the really cool thing about this is they get this money every single year. So if they get $11,000 this year, they go back around and spread the word a little further. That $11,000 becomes $14,000, it becomes $18,000, it becomes $20,000. There's residual income with this program, so that money just keeps coming in and keeps rolling, and you no longer have to start doing annual events and things like that that require a lot of man hours, a lot of volunteer, a lot of time, a lot of money. This is all free to the organization. So here's a sample landing page for a fraternal organization we're working with. They are wanting to create a fundraiser for their university and provide it to a first responders group, actually. So it's going to be pretty cool to do it with them. Simple, easy. It's got to enroll now. A little description of the organization and what they're trying to assist and why they're trying to raise money. There's an enroll now, and there's a tab where they can go straight to our website as well. But we collect their data off this unique site, so we can track everything that's purchased from this landing page. That money goes right back to the organization monthly to create that income. You can do it all year. You can do it beginning and end point. It's up to the organization. We custom created for every organization. So what does it cost? This is as little as $3.75 a month for an individual, $30 for a year's enrollment, or you can get a family of 4 for $12.50 a month or $100 a year. Again, decals right there, tells you a little bit about it, what all you get with it, all the stickers and decals that you get. You can also get replacements and additional stickers with your unique code on them if needed. We're working on getting these decals branded, so the organization could have their logo on, but that's down the road. And that's really about all I have. Here's my contact information. I'd love to visit with anybody about their business or organization like that. And what can the community do to help? Guys, if you've got an organization that could use money, I haven't found one yet that doesn't need more money and more resources to go out and do what they want to do. I'd love to visit with you. I'd love to come visit with your organization, whatever it is. We got into this because we wanted to help people and we wanted to raise organizations' income. Just happened when I was brought on. I was in a fundraising battle at that time, trying to go out and raise money myself with a committee, and we were struggling. So that's kind of how it came about. I was tired of going around asking the same businesses for the same dollars every single year, asking our friends and family about this and that. So we just turned this into a fundraiser for those organizations, and we'd love to help out any organization we can.
All right. So if we have questions, please. If you have questions, please raise your hand and I will bring you the microphone. We want the camera to be able to hear you. So, does anyone have any questions they want to start off with? None.
Did great, didn't I?
So please explain to me again the cost of the user. So it's free to me to have this sticker?
No, the end user will pay the $350 a month individual or $30 a year, and 30% of that will go to the organization that they designated, that their landing page. You can do it as an individual as well, just on our website. But if an organization sets it up, they're going to get 30% of those funds back to them in the form of a donation.
Okay, so it's $350 a month to the buyer.
Correct.
Thank you.
No problem. Yes, Mary.
I understand that this is a social entrepreneurial project. How do you differ in price from things like Life Alert and those other organizations? How does your price compare with things like Life Alert and those other kinds of?
They're fairly similar to Life Alert. Life Alert generally works in your home. And then there's a Vial of Life, which is for diabetics, which is only for your home as well. Which is kind of where I got the idea for my mother having on her refrigerator since she is diabetic. But we've worked with some first responders in our area to just kind of, hey, what needs to be done, what needs to be done. And now the My Notify product has been around for over 10 years. There's thousands of people using it. So it's just new for us. We approached My Notify and said, hey, we'd like to turn this into a fundraiser. Would you support us if we did that? They said, absolutely, that's a great idea. We'd love to see you guys do that. So,
great presentation. I love the product.
thanks.
Curious, big piece of this seems like it's reliant on the first responders to be aware of your product and to be looking for it. How are you coordinating with first responders to make sure that that's part of their training?
Part of their initial training now is to go to the driver's license. And that's why we feel like this product is better than the cell phone app or things like that. Yes, they do know to go to a cell phone app now because there are some apps out there. But if the phone is damaged or scattered around or thrown from a vehicle or a fire or anything like that, unless it's in their pocket, it's not useful. The photo ID is the best so they can, unfortunately identify the body or a person with a picture, which they can't do with the cell phone app. So technology, which is supposed to keep us all closer and more connected in this situation, can actually keep us further apart and disconnected.
And to follow up on that, how are you? What's your marketing look like besides your pretty face coming around it?
Well, that's it. This is all we got. No, we've just got started. We're starting. We've got a presence online, Facebook and LinkedIn, in all those areas. We've got somebody who is tech savvy, since we are not, assisting us with that. But right now, we're just trying to get the word out to local organizations in our area to get as many success stories going. Before we really try to launch this big. But it so happened I was here. And I was happy to do this.
All right. Further questions?
So in regards to HIPAA, how does that work? I mean, because if they're going to call a number, how do they know it's...
You're providing the information as an individual.
Okay. So if I see somebody on the ground and I'm not a medical
That
professional,
person has provided that information and allowed it to be accessible.
so just by having that sticker, they're acknowledging...
Correct.
Okay. What if they lose that? What if they lose their ID?
We recommend that, the only
They don't
information
lose
that needs to be on there is, direct medical information, medications, dosages, things like that aren't too pertinent. So in the pack you get to, we definitely say don't put, addresses, don't put phone number, put your sick phone number, don't put your social security number, anything like that may be related to getting your identity taken. As far as HIPAA goes, if you provide that information to the company, you're liable for what you put out there.
Okay.
So,
And then, are you guys offering a pay in advance, like 1 year?
yes, $30 a year for an individual or 100 for a family of 4.
Okay, all right, so it's not a monthly, it's just right up front?
You can do monthly or
Okay.
annual.
All right, great product.
Especially Mary.
Have you contacted local news organizations or done some press
We
releases?
haven't yet. We're doing some fundraising with Ronald McDonald House and places like that here in the near future. So we haven't gone to the news organizations yet. We're just making sure we don't have bugs in the system.
Okay, I would also highly recommend volunteer fire departments because they're going to benefit from this. And
Absolutely.
if you've got a first responders day or first responders month or something like that, the news is going to pick this up.
Absolutely. We did an event, we launched an event called Safe and Sound in Springfield, which is basically just a safety and, convention. There was 65 booths of, first responders and products and stuff like that. And that's where we actually launched the product. And we had a lot of success there, just because everyone there was in the field and we've got several police officers that vouch for us and have seen the product. So, first responders as well. Medical doctors have been a little shy of it because they don't agree with my 6-hour time frame.
Is there a specific target market that you're trying to reach out to, or are you kind of hoping this is integrated into like just ordinary?
My actual goal, my personal goal, is to see every freshman college student in the United States have this offered for their student ID and their driver's license. That would be my goal. Because I was a freshman once and I was a student. And so I think it would have been good to have back then. So.
And how many users do you have right now? And could you you might have said that, I missed it.
The My Notify organization has tens of thousands of users already using the product. As far as organizations signed up, we haven't got an organization fully signed up and running yet. We're working with Fraternal Order right now. We're working with our local Rotary chapter. We should have them up and launched here in the next couple of weeks, ready to go.
And what kind of growth do you anticipate? Are you hoping for the next year, next 6 months, next year, next 3 years?
Next 6 months, we'd like to see a dozen probably organizations get involved. We're going to try and take it slow and be selective, kind of what we're doing. But then once we get that going and can show some positive numbers that organizations have actually been raising money and they can vouch for how easy it is to do, then we'll go full board at that point.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you very much.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.